let's have another real conversation about the Great Resignation, the same thing that more and more people are recognizing as a significant movement of employees out of their current jobs and into other jobs, perhaps with other companies. Now, as I look back over my 45-year business career, I recognize that the relationship between people and their jobs has been evolving. If I go back 45 years or even further than that, I can see where there was a physical, intellectual, and emotional separation between a person's personal life, their home life, and their work life. And I think gradually all of those have been broken down. Certainly over the last 20 years that we've been doing leadership development work, we've seen more people want to work for reasons other than money or status or whatever. And we've seen more people hold their jobs to a higher standard for creating a zone for them to grow and achieve something significant as human beings. So that's all good stuff. The last barrier, so I think intellectually and emotionally, I think people have started to connect more with their jobs and their careers and not just see it as a place I go to make money. That's all great stuff. The last barrier is physical, right? So always, really up until recent years, people have gone to work and then they've come home. Now look at us. Now we have even that barrier between home and work being broken down in many cases, where we're actually conducting our work from inside of our dwelling space in our home. And I think it's quite natural for us to be maybe confused and struggling with trying to figure out how this kind of last barrier for many people between their work and personal lives has been broken down. So is it important to maintain a separation and a boundary between your work and your home? Yeah, it is important to maintain that boundary, but honestly, it's getting more and more difficult than ever before. One of the things that we'll be talking about in an upcoming seminar is something we call the stay interview or the retention interview, and we want to continue to emphasize how important it is to be talking to your employees about how they feel about not only their job with your company, but their career in general, and their working life in general. And if you're not listening, if you're not tuned in, you may be expecting them to go back to a pattern that they're no longer willing to go back to anymore. And whether you can accommodate that or not, that's for another video. If you can accommodate greater flexibility, we can talk about that too. But the most important thing right now is to recognize what a substantial foundational change is taking place in the workplace. It really questioning in many ways the fundamental nature of the relationship that an employee has with their employer. Get your ears to the ground, listen to that, be as smart as you can, dive into it, research it, do everything you can to understand this gigantic motion that's taking place in our society. I'd love to hear your comments and look forward to our seminar on the stay interview. I think you'll find it very interesting. Thank you.